Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video on my channel, Meg's Movies. If you are new to this channel, this is basically where I talk to you guys about my passion for movies. This goes from collections, hauls, reviews, and today's video, so let's get into it. Okay, so apologies for not posting for pretty much nearly 2 weeks now. Let's just say I got a little bit emotional. Work was getting quite busy and quite packed, and sort of like I got a little bit stressed out, so I do apologise, but I'm back, kind of, in a sense. I'm going to try my best anyway. But I'm back with a 2024 movie review, and today it is Twisters. So just to give you my thoughts, basically the very first movie we got from like the 2000s, I'm going to be completely honest, I only ever watched the once and I don't really remember much of it because we watched it in school. So, yeah, that was one of the random film days we had at school. Yeah. So I don't really remember much of the first one. And then also when it comes to this one, I watched one trailer once and that was it. So I kind of went into this kind of blind, sort of like I didn't listen to any of the reviews before I went in, just so I can keep an open mind of how I'm going to go into this film. So just to give you a bit of a plot summary, you have these two characters who are two very different, sort of like one's very sciencey and she's wanting to control tornadoes in the sense of she wants to stop them. Then you've got this other guy, played by Glenn Powell, who's like this, woohoo, look at me. He's a YouTube star who's like, oh, I can wrangle tornadoes. And we have these two that come together to try and deal with tornadoes, but both with very different things on their minds. I'm not going to say any more than that. That was probably a very bad plot summary, but I try and stay as spoiler-free as possible on this channel. So I will say this. My only negative is that it did kind of, when it weren't the tornado-y bits, when there weren't like a tense scene, some of the sort of like laid back scenes felt a little bit sort of like it slowed the movie down in a sense. But then you got the tornado scenes and then some of the more disastrous tornado scenes, and then it picked up again. So for me, I sort of like kept floating between, oh, it's calmed down now. Am I truly into this? To then going, what the hell's going on? Jesus Christ. Oh my God. So that's my only negative of this film. But aside from that, I actually ended up enjoying this film a lot more than I thought I was going to. I'm not really a massive fan of like weather disaster films, sort of like that. Like, to me, it just worries me a bit. Gonna be completely honest here. But no, I ended up enjoying this film. The first sort of like 10-15 minutes of the film, now that I think about it, I could see it coming. But when you're first watching it, it's like, what the hell just happened? Like, obviously now when you think about it, you can expect it. But when you first go and see it, it's like, what? And I just couldn't believe some of the stuff that actually happened. I recognise one of the other characters, Anthony Ramos, I think is his actor's name. Because I seen him in The Heights. And I liked his character in that. So it was quite nice to see him in something other than in The Heights. But Glenn Powell, he's starting to make a name for himself, because I know he was in the film Anyone But You, which I still haven't watched, but I do need to watch because I've heard a lot of good things about that film. But I will say I can see why he's getting that star power now, and because he stole pretty much most of the film when he was in it. I mean, our main female lead, I can't remember her name now. Kate, that's not the actress's name, that's the character's name. Kate was a fun character as well. I liked the way that them two bounced off each other. So it's quite fun to see that. And I will say, every time they had a tornado strike, it sort of went from being kind of disastrous to then getting more and more dangerous as the film went on, which I thought was really cool how they did that. The tornadoes look so good as well. Like, this is what I mean by effects can be done really well, because those tornadoes, especially the ones that had fire in them, oh my God, that was so cool to see. My mouth was like this most of the time. It was like I couldn't believe what I was watching. It looked so good. And say, I like the contrast between Kate and Glenn Powell's character, because you had one that was sort of like, she dealt with something in the past, she's come back to do something, but she's taking it on more seriously. Then you've got this laughing guy that's sort of like, he's all about getting tornadoes, but he's doing it for YouTube and things like that. So to have them two very different characters somehow connect is pretty cool, not gonna lie. I did enjoy that part of it. But I will say, I just kept getting more and more shocked. And especially with that ending, I enjoyed that. And there was a couple of funny moments as well. Like, there was this scene with 3 of the characters, and one of them said something really funny, and I can't remember what it was. And even not just me laughing, there was other people in my screening laughed as well. So there was a couple of funny moments. It didn't overly make me laugh, even though I will say there's quite a few comedic scenes in this that didn't make me laugh so much. But the ones that did sort of felt relaxing in a sense, especially if it was after a tornado scene. So it was quite funny just to sit there and be like, even after everything, it's like, but you've just watched a tornado go through a town, but this character's just now said something funny and it's made you laugh. So it's a very weird film. But I will say it is one of those films that you should watch on the big screen, because it is worth it. And I mean, even after when the film finished, I can hear people behind me saying how much they enjoyed the film. And so, like I said, it's not really a natural disaster film. It's not like 2012 or The Day After Tomorrow. But it is sort of that thing where it's like tornadoes are a thing that happens, and it's a scary thought. And especially with one tornado where it's starting to tear up a certain building, got me paranoid a little bit. But but then that's just me. I get paranoid over everything. But no, overall, fun characters, some amazing effects, a good plot. I did enjoy it. I didn't get bored. I literally, like I said, the only thing I had a gripe with is the more tamed scenes where there wasn't much happening. Kind of knocked you off a bit, but it was still enjoyable. And honestly, it's kind of made me want to watch the first one again. Because I've only ever seen it once in my life, and that was in school. So it was a very weird day, because it was like a film day at school or something we had. But yeah, I somehow remember that. But no, I am glad I got to see this on the big screen. It's one of those ones that, because to be honest, I had a Friday afternoon off, which is very rare for me. I'm normally on a Friday late. So for me to be working a Friday morning and go to the cinema in the afternoon, I was like, what do I feel like going to see? And honestly, it was more of a convenience thing, because my mum finished work at 8 and this film was going to finish at 10 to 8. So it meant I'd be in town ready to go meet my mum. So I was sort of like, well, I'll go see this. You know, the trailer intrigued me a little bit, not much. So I thought, why not go and see it? And I'm actually glad I did. So I definitely recommend seeing it on the big screen, even if you just watch it once. But yeah, overall, a fun little movie, and who knows, maybe might make my top 10 of the year. You never know. But yeah, so my final score for this film, I've given it an 8 out of 10. I did truly enjoy this film. I had a good time with it, and I would watch it again, to be honest. I don't know how often I would go back to it, because like I said, not a massive fan of natural disaster films, but but I would still watch it again. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, then do give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, then go ahead, hit that subscribe button and also notification bell down below to be notified when I post. And also leave me your comments and thoughts on Twisters. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Also, before I end this video, a massive, massive thank you to you guys. I have now reached 1,500 subscribers. This is unbelievable. This is absolutely amazing. Also, my Descendants Rise of Red review has the most views I've ever had on this channel and the most comments. So I can't believe that video has popped, and sort of like the comments that have come out in the comments out in the description, the comments in the comments. That sounds so weird. I love the fact that you guys are discussing amongst yourselves, and I'm glad that a lot of people sort of like were on my side in the fact of the ending felt a bit rushed. but I also could see other people's point of views when they put in the comments as well about how there could be another movie and things like that. So thank you guys for making that video pop. Quite surprised. But yeah, again, thank you so much, you guys. I hope you continue to enjoy this content. I will eventually get into a rhythm, but my issue is my work, and that's because my shifts are never regular. I basically get put on whatever's left because I have no set shifts, whereas most of my colleagues do. So it's kind of one of those things that I'm going to try and get into routine. But if you are new to this channel and you want to subscribe, be wary, because there'll be days where I might not post. There might be a week where I might not post, but that is due to work or how stressed out I am, because I'm not going to lie, I've been rather stressed lately. You can even ask my family. But things are starting to pick up. So who knows? We'll just see where things go. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!